I'm here with Eric Barreto and Michael Chan. I'm Nathan Roberts, and we're here to discuss their new book, Exploring the Bible. So many spaces that I grew up in were white spaces. White Bible studies, predominantly white schools. I grew up in historically white denominations. And when I find myself being asked to engage Scripture, it comes from a white space and a white framework, particularly
inevitably,
that gives special place to middle class values.
Profoundly. And where so if you and I are going to sit down and read the Bible together, I have to account for, gender issues, sexuality issues, personal history trauma, all of those things matter when you crack those pages, and they matter for me too.
It helps us, my particular set of experiences, help me see things in this text that no one else can see, and that my neighbors need to be able to see as well. Because we need one another in reading this really complex text that has a really dark history. It's also got this beautiful history too of inspiring movements of liberation and of freedom, but we also know that it's been used in the very opposite direction of that.
Having intercultural competency is actually a matter of survival. And so for us to begin with the reader is to begin where we've always been. And to recognize that we have to, these differences, yes, it's a matter of survival, but I think we've also discovered that it can be a profound gift in the sense that your differences expose things in me that are wrong and harmful. My differences expose things in you, hopefully, or in Eric that are wrong and harmful, but also that are beautiful.
So I think about my own story. And so I was born outside of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Lived there until I was 9 years old. So, and this is on my mind recently, especially with some of the things going on in Puerto Rico these days, is that I got a taste of what it meant to live under a colonial environment and what that does to a people, what that does to a culture. The second part of that then is I grew up in Southern Baptist churches, in churches where there was a particular way of reading Scripture that you dare not question. And it took a long time to recover from that and to not just look back at that part of my life and lament it, but see ways in which even that experience, as difficult as it was, gave me certain gifts. I learned the Scriptures, I learned those stories, so now I can go back with a new set of eyes, a new set of theological perspectives, and see they're not a God who is after us, or a God who's bloodthirsty, or a God who just wants us to be good boys and girls, but a God who's after the liberation of me and my neighbor and the whole world and the whole creation, in fact. That the whole creation has been imprisoned by colonialism and greed and all these things, and God promises a way out of that, a way to be liberated from